Hello, it's Stephanie here from HMO Heaven again, and today's video is all about the 3 reasons not to do rent-to-rent for HMOs. We all know that over 60% of businesses go out of business in the first 5 years, and it's even higher in the property sector. So if your dream is to set up a successful HMO business, give your boss the heave-ho and achieve financial independence, you need to watch this video. And watch right to the end of this video to hear more about our new HMO Heroes Facebook group. And we're going to be going live at 5 every Thursday night in that group, answering your questions. Let's get into this. So you want financial freedom, you want to give your boss the boot, you want to do what you want when you want. Well, the number one reason is going to be standing in your way. I don't know anyone who's set up a significant HMO business who hasn't experienced this. The number one reason not to go into rent-to-rent is that you'll go from 9 to 5 to 24/7. If you're going to have just 1 or 2 properties, or even 3 or 4, you're probably fine. But if you're going to make a full-time business out of this, then it's 24/7. Once you have 50 to 100 tenants, you're going to be getting inquiries and requests at least weekly. At 3 a.m, somebody's locked out, they've lost their key. At 2 a.m, the fire alarm's going off and it won't switch off. When the boiler breaks down over Christmas, yes, that was a big one, when the boiler breaks down over Christmas. And yes, you'll have systems. And yes, you'll have a team eventually. But at the beginning, it's probably just you. And if you like these videos, you know what I'm going to say. Please hit the red button and subscribe, and also give us a thumbs up. Thank you. And the second reason not to do rent-to-rent is that you go from hamster wheel to headless chicken, because most people have sort of got the humdrum 9 to 5 sort of scenario, and then you go from that to frantically running about because a lot of people don't have the systems in place at the very beginning, and all that is a lot of balls in the air when you can start going up from 20 plus tenants unless you've got a system. And most people at some phase in their HMO journey before the systems are in place in that transitional period are definitely headless chickenery. You can go paperless reasonably easily by just using an online tenant management system, and I really would recommend that you do that. But even so, and on top of that, you will also need your own checklist of how everything to be in your business is to be done, how onboarding is to be done, how check-in is to be done, how out-of-hours service is to be run, what's to happen, what's the process and checklist if a tenant gets locked out, and everything like that. Because if you want to outsource at some stage, you will, and I would suggest sooner rather than later, you need to have all of that in place. But it's a time investment, and for some people it's an impossibility. If your mind doesn't work in a systems way, then it's worth getting somebody in to help you get all those checklists and put into operation. We're lucky because we've got the Nicky, and she's our operations guru, operations, systems, finances. There's not much that Nicky can't do. And to find out more about systems and how the importance to your business, I really recommend The E-Myth by Michael E. Gerber, and I'll put the link to that book in the links below. OMG, do you know what I've just thought? I haven't even mentioned that. Last week our new website went live, so please go and have a look at that. Let me know what you think. We're chuffed to bits with it. Apart from the videos, I'm quite relaxed when I'm talking to you guys now. I've got used to this. But doing those videos for the website, oh my gosh, because they're fully scripted, I'm just sort of a bit like this. But after 3 days of filming, we just decided to work with the best that we could do. And thank goodness that we had Brian who edited them and made them look a lot better than I normally make these ones look. He made a silk purse out of a sow's ear, basically. And the third reason not to do rent-to-rent is you go from under the radar to above the parapet. And you'd be surprised how many people want to take a pot shot at you when you've got your head sticking up like that. People can sometimes be very negative when you're doing something that's not the norm, because they take it as a criticism of their lifestyle, and they can be quite negative, and that can hurt sometimes if it's friends and family who have that negative attitude towards you. And it's another barrier, because at the beginning you might not have complete faith, and it's hard when other people are knocking you. But that's the personal side of things, but there's also the business challenges as well. We've had so many business challenges. I remember when we started, our first 2 properties were with the same landlord, and we'd spoken to the landlord's decorator who'd kindly referred us to, and the decorator agreed to do the decorating. We were absolutely delighted, with an amazing price as well. And but then 2 days before, he said he couldn't do it. And the only other decorator we could find who could both start and finish within the period that was required, because we had a 2-week turnaround, was twice the price. But there are little things like this come up, maybe not every day, but quite often, and you've got to have a way of getting through all these little challenges that will definitely come in your way. And a big business challenge at the moment is that many people are suffering from voids, that's empty rooms. That really hits your bottom line, especially in rent to rent. And we've seen on the Facebook groups, the HMO Facebook groups, that people have been suffering voids, not just for days, but for weeks sometimes, and for months, and even with really attractive rooms. So I think the thing today is you really cannot just be average, you've got to be exceptional on your game to make this business work. You need more staying power than a Duracell bunny to get through it all. So yeah, that's the ugly truth. To make a business out of this is damn hard work. And yes, you can systemize, and yes, you can build a team. But at the beginning, it's probably you. So to summarize, the 3 reasons not to do rent to rent are: 1, that you go from 9 to 5 to 24/7. That you go from the comfort of your hamster wheel to crazy headless chicken, and that you go from under the radar to above the parapet where people can shoot at you. So you're probably thinking, well, what can I do? How can I be part of the 40% that makes it? You can prepare, you can plan, and you can persist. So by prepare, I mean be prepared for the level of work that may be involved. You might not have to work as hard as I've indicated, but if you do, it's not a shock to you. You're ready for it, you're prepared, you know it's only a little hurdle you've got to get over, and that it will get easier. The second thing is you've got to plan. So the sooner you get these systems involved, the easier it's going to be, the sooner you can outsource, and the sooner you can get rid of the headless chicken phase, if not eliminate it altogether. And thirdly, you've got to persist. You've got to keep going. Even though your head's above the parapet and people are taking pot shots at you, if you're in a community of other people who've achieved what you want to achieve, they'll get you through the tough times. Because as Winston Churchill said, if you're going through hell, keep going. If you want an easy life, then rent to rent is not for you. But if you're prepared, you plan and you persist, it can be an amazing business, and I bloody love it. So this is the bit I mentioned at the beginning of the video that I'm very excited about. It's a place where we can all talk to each other, we can support each other. It's a place for you, HMO heroes. People who are striving to achieve financial freedom through HMOs by providing great accommodation to people. And it's a place for motivation, inspiration, information, and a virtual cup of coffee. It's a place where we'll all support each other. So I really want you to come over and join me on that group, and we really look forward to getting to know you. So as I say, it's a Facebook group, it's called HMO Heroes, and the link will be below. And Every week we'll be doing live at 5 answering your questions. So it's starting not next Thursday. It's starting this Thursday, 2 days' time, at 5 o'clock in the group. We'll be doing a Facebook Live answering your questions. And we've got 2 amazing questions all about refurbishment and whether we should invest as renters in someone else's property. So we'll be diving into that on Thursday night. So join the group if you want to see that, and look forward to seeing you over there. And if you like this video, please subscribe by hitting the round button. And there's more videos there if you want to watch something else. And that's it from me for this week. See you again next week for more things HMO.